Hey guys, Adam with Ultimate Real Estate Investing here. I'm here in my car. It's dark. I have the lights on, but I wanted to shoot this video because I just got off the phone with a supposed wholesaler who had a quote-unquote deal for me, and I wanted to talk to you about wholesaling MLS properties. Okay, most new investors or most new wholesalers think that they can get into wholesaling by wholesaling MLS properties. Now, what they don't understand is that you need to be able to provide value to your end buyer. Okay, most of them go towards the MLS because as a newer investor, you don't understand marketing, you don't know how to market, right? I get that. Or you don't want to allocate the funds for marketing, right? Because marketing costs money. So you go after the free resource of the MLS and you try to hit MLS properties as wholesales. Now, again, the problem with that is most newer wholesalers who do that or who take that approach fail to understand the idea of providing value to your end buyer. Okay, if you find, let's just say it's an REO property on the MLS, all right, and let's just say for sake of argument you find a property that's $100,000 and that's a good deal, you can't simply go and email your buyers saying that I have this property in X city for $100,000 and it's a great deal, because guess what? They're going to look at it because they have access to the MLS too. Like most seasoned investors, 99.9% of them have access to the MLS too, and they're seeing exactly what you're seeing. Even if you get up bright and early, right, and you see those properties at 5 a.m., right, they may get up and see those properties at 10 a.m. So you send them a property and you say, this property here, this is a great deal. I worked the numbers, maybe you even went and looked at it, right? And $100,000 is great, right? But it's going to cost you, Mr. Buyer, $105 because of my wholesale fee. Well, why would they do that? They have the exact same access as you do. Just because they may see it 3 hours later, still doesn't make sense for them to pay $105 for a property where they can pay $100,000. Okay, it's just as if you were going to the supermarket and you know that if you go inside you can buy an orange for $1, but there's some guy outside with an orange that says, hey, you can buy this orange for $1.05. Why would you pay $1.05 when you can go inside and pay $1? It's the same exact concept. You're not providing any value. Okay, so how do you provide value for MLS properties, right? One, you can get them under contract if it is a good deal. If it's a great deal at $100,000 and you know that it's going to be competitive, you can get the property under contract. Now there's value. Okay, you know it's going to be competitive. They know it's going to be competitive. You beat everybody to the punch and you have it under contract. Right now you can demand your $105,000, right, for a property that's worth $100 or whatever, if that's a good deal, because of that, right? So now you have it under contract. That makes sense. You're not going to be able to assign it if it's an REO property. If it's an owner-occupant property, yes, you can assign that. Most wholesalers go after REO properties. So if it's an REO property on the MLS, you cannot assign that. You'll have to be prepared to double close. Okay, obviously considering the fact that, making sure it's not FHA and there's seasoning issues and that type of thing. So you'll have to be able to double close. That's one way of providing value. If you get a property under contract, that is a good deal and you beat everybody to the punch. Okay. What's another way that you can legitimately wholesale an MLS property? The other way is if you actually have some inside information. Okay, if you know the agent and there's a property on the MLS for $100,000, but the agent tells you that, you know what, I have a really good relationship with the bank rep and I know that the bank will sell this for $75. Okay, well, now you have some inside information that is beneficial and that can actually add value or give value to your end buyer, right? Because you can then go, at that point, you can say, listen, here's a property, even if you don't have it under contract, right? Here's a property on the MLS that is listed for 100, but I know that the bank will take 75, right? So there's a way where you can now say, you can ask for your fee of $5,000 or whatever it is, and it's still a deal to the end buyer, right? In those situations, I mean, to protect your interest in the deal, you may let somebody know that you have some inside information on a good deal. In order for you to forward it over to them, they need to sign a fee agreement of $5,000 for that property, just to secure your interests. Once you get that executed fee agreement back, you can then disclose the information that you have, and they can go directly under contract with the bank or whoever the seller is, and you can get paid your $5,000 off the HUD, right, as a fee. So bottom line is, keep this in mind. There's a lot of newer investors, newer wholesalers that tend to go to the MLS, and there's nothing wrong with that, but they approach the MLS and wholesaling properties on the MLS, especially REOs, in an incorrect way that doesn't provide any value to the end buyer, and you're going to you're gonna stick out like a sore thumb. I mean, people that send me deals on the MLS, I know that they're newer investors and they don't know what they're doing. And unfortunately, you're going to screw yourself because your end buyers will not be opening up your emails or answering your phone calls if you continue to give them deals that they already have access to. You don't have any other you're not providing any other sort of value to it, but you're asking for more money, which doesn't make sense. All right, so keep that in mind. Again, this is Adam with Ultimate Real Estate Investing. Thanks for listening.